Hello everyone, Cyberverse Prime here, and today we're going to be taking a Throwback Thursday look at Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Voyager Megatron, specifically the movie The Best Version. Um, for the life of me, I can't remember what number this is. I think it's MB02 or 03. I can't remember. But I have a few movie the best figures. I don't have the full collection, but I do have a few. Um, and well, I'm specifically reviewing this because I did not like that original version of this mold. This is technically the third version of the mold, because well, there was supposed to be a Megatron resurrecting set in the Hunt for the Decepticons line, but a lot of those figures were the final uh, waves and box sets that were supposed to happen never did. So this is the closest thing to that Megatron in that 5-pack. Anyways, this is also my favorite version of this mold. I mean, there's only two to choose from. I just didn't care for that green color. It just didn't really feel like Megatron. And that's why some people prefer that version, and some people actually prefer this mold over the leader class. I will admit, though, the leader class is very, well, when we get to that figure, it's something. It's not the best leader class, no, but it is one of the best Megatrons that there was for the time. The original movie 1 leader class, in my opinion, is, meh. And but nonetheless, we're talking about the Revenge of the Fallen Voyager. I think this is an awesome Voyager, in my personal opinion. It's not as good as the Studio Series one, no, but for the time being, this was, in my opinion, this was my Megatron. Technically, this mold was my first version of Megatron that I had, but it was the green version, not this one. Sorry for firing off the missile there. So, and that's one thing I do miss about. I'm just actually going to put this off to the side. That is actually one thing that I do miss about Transformers these days. We don't get the firing mechanism anymore, which really kind of sucks. As a size comparison, here he is with the MB01 Optimus Prime. Even though these even though these alt modes were never seen together, I think this is pretty cool. The flat nose cab next to the tank. Yeah. And honestly, I think this is well, we don't know what the scale would be because this is a Cybertronian tank. This is an actual Earth mode truck. But next to another Voyager, here he is with Starscream from Revenge of the Fallen. And no, it is not the MB version. I don't want that one. My friend Benetron actually has this. He has that one. This is a pretty cool comparison. These two, in both alt mode and vehicle mode, they look fantastic together. And then for a deluxe comparison, here he is with Barricade, Premium Barricade. Pretty cool. But anyway, the main reasoning why I like this version is because look at him. He's got the nice shiny silver paint. He's got gray here and there. He's got the red in him. This figure, to me, looks 10 times better than that original version that we got in the Revenge of the Fallen line. And I just think that this is, if you're going to get a Voyager Megatron if you're going to get the Revenge of the Fallen Voyager Megatron figure from the OG line, get this one if you can find it for a decent price. I found mine under I found mine under $100. I think I found it for like $60 used in here in the U.S. And my God, I absolutely love this thing. I actually wanted it when it first came out, but around that time, I I wasn't in the position I was now than I am now. I have a job now, and back then I didn't, because when this first came out, I was still in my teenage years, but that's long past me now. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and get down to transformation. First thing that I like to do is take these pieces here and fold them back. They definitely help to hide these ugly gaps in the alt mode. And then I like to pick this guy up, untab these wings from the treads, fold down the treads. Now there is some spring load action going on here, but thank God it's the thighs and not the freaking feet on the original movie 1 Megatron. So you would open up these flaps and fold it all the way in. You open up this piece, take this piece, fold it in, fold that piece down, and then slap that panel, open up the toes. You're going to bend this part back, and then you're going to bend this part forward. You got to give them the chicken legs. So kind of short and stocky when you get into robot mode. And then you open up this panel, fold this in, fold that, fold this back, push this forward. There you got his feet. And then here, this is an entire shell piece. I want to take this part, rotate this up, swivel this part around, fold this part up, raise the camera a little bit. And then here, what I like to do is to get these out of the way a little bit. Take this turret piece and rotate this part out. Rotate this part forward where the red is showing. Then I take these pieces here, fold them back, tab them together, position his head in the right way, and then take this piece, push it in the back, and then there you have Megatron in robot mode. Yeah, not the best looking version of Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. The Studio Series definitely wins in that category. But in my personal opinion, I like this thing. This thing is damn right badass. It's just so monstrous looking. He looks like... This is the type of Megatron that looks like he ain't gonna play around. You know what I mean? This guy is gonna fucking kill you. Excuse my language there, but it is what it is. But yeah, this guy looks like he's just gonna rip you to shreds and not give a two fucks about it. But anyway, yeah, he's got a cape backpack, but the original one was like that, and I'm personally not gonna do this. That looks a lot worse. Yeah, it gives him, a good look there, but that's kind of an eyesore, and it takes up a lot of shelf space. Me personally, I don't mind the cape look. I think the cape look looks badass, in my opinion. To kind of get rid of the cape look, if I really wanted to, I would fold these pieces in, but they hinder articulation, the little wing pieces. So I pretty much try to leave this entire back piece alone. But in terms of articulation, he's got a waist swivel, and I'm not sure if you can see it in there. The gears do move, which is really cool. That's one thing on toys you don't get these days is Automorph or Mech Alive. And then you so that's pretty cool. He does have light piping. It's kind of hard to, I mean, he does have light piping, but it's really hard to kind of get it on camera here. He has hip articulation. Not as good as the Studio Series one, but for the time being, when he first came out, it was pretty good. He's got outward movement that way, so you can get him to do a roundhouse kick on Prime, like he did in the movie. The one bad part about it is that if you really wanted to get him into kind of an A stance, he looks like that. And then you got the I got a piss look, or oh man, I really gotta go. You know, it's not the best one. He does have knee articulation, kind of. Does he have? Yes, he does. Holy crap! You know, as much as this guy's a brick, I didn't think he had thigh movement. Man, that's a surprise. I forgot this mold could do that. And then on this arm, you know, it can go in and out, bicep swivel, sort of. No wrist because of the firing mechanism. And then here, this is the cool arm. And a lot of people prefer this Megatron because of this arm. And very much very understandable as to why. Because you can get him to do the fusion cannon, or if you take the entire arm and straighten it out, you get the claw, or you get the blade that kills Optimus, the ultimate Prime killing blade, the original Dark Star sword. Nah, I don't know, but yeah, pretty cool figure. Definitely not one of the. It's definitely not one of the best, but in Takara's case, it is one of the best. It definitely, before the SS one came out, this one was the best version of movie 2 Megatron there was. So, unless you got the Robot Replicas one or the upgrades to the Leader Class one from Alien Attack and all that other stuff. I'm still looking for that upgrade kit, by the way, from Alien Attack. I just can't find it anywhere. I can find it for other versions of the mold, but I don't have any other versions of that mold. So, yeah. But, yeah. He can even hold his fireball. Come on, Megatron. Take the missile. There you go. There we go. So, yeah, pretty cool. As size comparisons have it, I only got one. Because I'm trying to save all the other ones for a later date. Alright, come on, Megs. Stand up. Stand up, Megatron. Alright, so there's Megs. Let me straighten out this guy. I had him posed on the shelf along with this guy. Alright, and then here he is next to the Voyager Battle Blades Prime. And, oh shit, his legs aren't completely straightened. I hate that. Come on now, damn it. Thank you. So, here he is with the Battle Blades Voyager Prime. And I think these two look great together. I know a lot of people prefer the older, the Voyager before this one with the grill on the back and everything. That wasn't a bad scale. I just think Prime was a little too tall. I think this guy looks pretty good along the side of this Megatron. I still wish they used this mold for movie The Best, and not necessarily this one, but I'll get more into that when I do this guy's video review. And also, I meant to say in my review last week of this guy, I hope Hasbro does a redo version of this in Studio Series, doesn't combine with Jetfire and all, just do a redo version of this, because it's already in the SS scale, and tweak it to where it has a waist rotation, doesn't have the Matrix gimmick, but it transforms exactly the same way. Or not exactly the same, but somewhat the same. I don't know. I would love to see a Studio Series rendition of this. If you guys agree with me, hit the comments down below, and yeah. But nonetheless, Megatron. I would highly recommend that you get one if you can find a good version of the mold for a decent price. Me personally, I love it. It's one of my most pride possessions in my, or one of my proud possessions in my collection. It's one I definitely don't plan on selling anytime soon. I did sell the original one to get this. So, yeah, I absolutely love this. I think that if you prefer the SS one and you don't want this one, that's completely fine. But if you're one of the OGs from, from the late early 2000s and 2010s, I think you should definitely get this. This isn't a bad figure whatsoever, and I personally think that it's not the best thing in the world. No, he is kind of a brick, but I mean, the first generation of Transformers in G1, they were bricks basically. Some of them didn't even have thigh rotation. I mean, you were lucky if you had an elbow or a knee or anything in G1 days. But me personally, I just get this thing. Really, just get it. Well, anyways, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for next Thursday. I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to put a review out on every Thursday, but I am going to try and do something every week. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm terrible at intros and outros. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks. See you later.